Hello my friends, today we're going to talk about PMBOK Guide process flow. As you go through the PMBOK Guide 6th edition, you've probably come across that table on page 25. That table that shows you the 49 processes, but there's no need for you to obsess over cramming this table. I want to show you something even more useful. Understanding that 20% of these processes will give you the lay of the land, the general idea about the PMBOK Guide. So, let's talk about the 80-20 principle applied to the PMBOK Guide, taking these 49 processes and taking 20% of them. You can see I have roughly 11 of them out of the 49. That's roughly 20%. But I'm going to show you how to weave these processes together to understand the PMBOK Guide. So let's start off with Develop Project Charter. This gives you the project charter, which goes into the identification of stakeholders. And from here, you get the stakeholder register. The project charter also goes to develop project management plan, from where you get the project management plan. And the project management plan feeds almost everything. In fact, it feeds all the other 47 processes with the exception of develop project charter and itself. So the project management plan goes to direct and manage project work. That's where the work is being executed. From there, you make raw observations about how the work is progressing. We call that work performance data. You also get deliverables from this process known as direct and manage project work. Those deliverables need to be checked, and they're checked in the process known as control quality. That is your internal check. Now, also remember the project management plan is an input to control quality as well. From control quality, you are going to get a verified deliverable if your quality control team finds that deliverable being fit for use. The verified deliverable will then become an input to the process where your customer will inspect it for themselves. We call that validate scope. From validate scope, if your customer does accept the deliverable, you get an output known as accepted deliverable. And that becomes an input to the process known as close, project, or phase. From closing out the project or phase, you're going to get a final report, and you're also going to get a final product, service, or result transition. In other words, you transition the deliverable to the customer. That is the core of what you're trying to achieve. As a project manager, you're trying to get the final product, service, or result transitioned. And from there, you begin to realize the benefits, the value, and hopefully the ultimate outcome. But I really want to drive home the point that your project management plan goes to a number of places. Your project management plan goes to close project or phase. It also goes to all of those non-integration monitoring and controlling processes. And those in particular give you change requests. Those change requests, they could come from other places as well, but I really wanted to call out where majority of them come from. These change requests then go to perform integrated change control, so the change control board can review them, or whoever is responsible will review them. Bear in mind that the project management plan also goes to monitor and control project work, and monitor and control project work gives you work performance reports as an output as a result of the work performance information going into it for compilation. The work performance reports then go to perform integrated change control as well. Also in this view, you can see that work performance information would of course come from control quality, being in the monitoring and controlling process group. And if you can conceive how this interweaves, that pretty much is the bare bones of the guide. This is really what you need to focus on for your exam instead of obsessing over ITTOs. Just understand big ticket blanket statements. For example, understanding that work performance data comes from direct and managed project work and goes to all those non-integration monitoring and controlling processes in particular. And of course, the project management plan feeds them. Also be aware that managed project knowledge relies on a feedback loop from deliverable into managed project knowledge because we could glean knowledge from our deliverable. And of course, the project management plan goes into managed project knowledge as well. And that's it, my friends. That's what I call the PMBOK Guide mainline. Think about it. From just 11 processes, you got an understanding of the lay of the land. That's it, okay? So if I were you, I would get this down. I would use this image right here, take a screenshot, and you see if you can put together what I just did. Take a screenshot of this and see if you can draw the interconnection points, all right? I'll also endeavor to put a link to where you can get a download on PDF if you're unable to take a screenshot. Play with it. Let me know how well you do, okay? Thank you very much for joining me. I wish you all the very best. If you need training, coaching in project management, go to Praizion.com for more training and materials. Thank you very much, and bye for now.